the hot cake I discuss it from and then up to say about your Mali clash no. It is about the squad now coach Addo name and we share the squad now we name against Mali and that of Central African Republic. There was one person need let me feel say if coach Addo etimi yes na anka many beji pa and that player no is Ibrahim Sulemana. Now you share the new debutant Nkofu Mienu, which is Brandon Thomas Asante and that of Ibrahim Sulemana. I feel say Ibrahim Sulemana would be a good option for us in the Black Stars setup, and the reason is as follows. You share Black Stars the most pressing issues in our defensive third protection to our last line of defense and the spaces in between our defensive lines. These are the two factors a table from against the big boys and even the smaller countries. No.
Okay. What are to us now? Technician, Mr. check voice no because that's a message. I mean, one is their voice in Mantino. Monshana de Osamu and Munyan Found. Young Cody uncle.
Okay. It's you share this person needs now. I feel say if Ibrahim Sulemana is actually in the squad, then it is going to help us a lot. And one ever it is because one we share the profile of Ibrahim Sulemana. He is a destroyer. Okay. And for him to be a destroyer and a space eater, a lot in our approach to the Mali game and that of the Central African Republic. But because if you are talking of Mali setup, you could see an athletic midfield. Mali for more parade even at just ended AFCON. You saw say they're very athletic, and if you need a physical presence, Obia Obetini eat a lot of spaces, block and win a lot of second balls. Ibrahim Sulemana is our man. Now the solution in our NSA, he is one player. He loves to actually win the ball from the blind side of the opponent, and that is one man we have actually not seen from Moshe Antoniana more time, Sule Ali Muntari, Michaelis and more time. Yeah, share that that profile in the midfield. So I feel that there's now energy in the midfield, and he is one man. I don't think that he has to be on the bench, but a proper integration would help. An instant integration too would help in the game against Mali and that of Central African Republic. Now, my second reason is stability in midfield. Black Stars has been struggling with a lot of stability in midfield. Now, in football, we have the three types of stability. One is the vertical stability, and non Mali for AUs, So you could see Mali glide through the middle very easily and comfortably because of that vertical balance. Now, our more midfield options now, we have the horizontal balance and we have that of the diagonal balance. If you have a profile, a space eater, and a destroyer, and sometimes acting like a half carrilero in your setup in Ibrahim Sulemana, then it means we can actually generate a lot of advantage because this same profile player will give us that vertical balance, will give us that horizontal balance, and give us that diagonal balance. Right. Meaning, if your team you're parading with a flat two as those double pivots in back three, we get that diagonal balance and that of vertical balance and that of the horizontal balance. Say parade a 4-2-3-1-2 where we get a horizontal balance and he would be the anchor of the team, allowing other players to feel free and move forward. Now, Chairman, if we are having that stability in midfielder, then it means one, our fullbacks will actually search forward, and that has been a factor at Black Stars form because your fullbacks sometimes they are unable to expand the opponent. In our central channels NBA allowing our central midfielders to impact the game and NC. But if we are having such a profile in Ibrahim Sulemana, I'm speaking high of now. I think say our fullbacks will be able to influence our offensive play by surging forward freely. Having a lot of freedom, having a lot of agility because we have the likes of Brighton for fullback, Terry Lamptey who loves to search forward. And if you have a space eater, he has the chance to say he will be comfortable moving forward, and Ibrahim Sulemana will be there to cover him. And the second one is to generate a lot of turnovers. Turnovers has been one thing rapidly in the modern football taking a lot of effect. Why? If you are able to generate a lot of turnovers, it means it's a transition to offense, increasing your XGs, increasing your XAs, increasing your expected threat. So if we are having a profile like Ibrahim Sulemana in our setup, then it means our blisters now or more setups on the flanks. Now they will have to implement the play, our style of play regularly. Why? Because the space eater will eat the spaces, get the ball, win the second ball, then we can quick start and play to the strength of our fullbacks and that of our wing forwards, because they love to run into spaces, and you have that space eater, and you have a connector in Thomas Tepatea or Jebono for the second pass, so waiting here locating those speedsters. So I feel say if we have this kind of profiler, then it means to say major issue are you facing in midfield, which is protection, the spaces in between the lines. Now we can actually close that gap. And the last one, say our opponent can't outrun us in midfield again, because we share your games against the big boys, the big countries, the smaller countries. Now their midfielders they keep outrunning us, whether they sit in a low block, they sit in a middle block, they come to the high presser. Our midfielders aren't comfortable on the ball, but you have a space eater, you have a destroyer, a half Carrilero, or winning ball from the blind side of opponents in our setup in Ibrahim Sulemana. Then I think say Otto gradually he's getting the pieces into play, because he, I think, is the profile the missing piece in our defensive setup. So I think say calling up Ibrahim Sulemana is we are moving in the right direction.
All right. Send one no. Okay. Mate, yo, me da say, yo the super legend. And watching live inside